6:06 p.m. on Wednesday, April 26th. This is the regularly scheduled meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Welcome, everyone. We don't need any, do I have any alternates? 5, 7, okay. Great, we have a quorum. We have a full slate, 7 commissioners and a quorum. Hearing of residents, we have one person signed up. It is William Bosch. You're welcome.
Questions. Now it's on? All right. I just have a bunch of questions, which, as I understand, you may not be able to answer. So if you could just maybe point me in the right direction how to answer some of these questions that are relevant to land use. So, by the way, I'm coming on behalf of the Greenshire Homeowner Association where, well, we've just come across an issue and some questions. So I'll get to it. According to the Schertz.com website, with regard to the mapping website they got, the Greenshire neighborhood is zoned as a PDD, a Planned Development District, which was last updated November 2010. Trying to figure out if there are any restrictions to that, because I'm not familiar with PDD, and also would like to ask if is that eventually, I mean, it almost sounds like a placeholder. Is that going to eventually turn into a single-family housing residential zone? And then the issue that has come up recently is Greenshire contains a house that is actually owned by an LLC that rents it out via VRBO on a day-to-day basis. Question is that appropriate for this PDD zone? And then if the PDD is a placeholder, is it appropriate for single-family residential zones? The Greenshire Homeowner Association is in the process of developing a plan to develop a portion of the Greenbelt. Hasn't even started yet. The question is it even possible to entertain doing that kind of development in the Greenbelt if it's zoned as PDD? What restrictions do we have? And don't even have an idea of exactly what is going to go there, because all we have is some resident input. We don't have a motion to actually execute anything as of yet. But we just want to find out what's possible before we start going down that road. And then it's come to light that there's some property that's within the Greenshire neighborhood. It's considered a drainage. It's on either side of Valencia Lane, so it extends from 3009 all the way to the Greenbelt. That area of land is a question. Is that neighborhood association land, or is that city land? Who's supposed to maintain it? That kind of thing. The residents, as well as the neighborhood association, has been maintaining that property, mowing it, trimming trees, that kind of thing. But if Greenshire Homeowner Association owns that, what restrictions do we have with that land, that drainage area? And there's quite a bit of land on either side of the actual creek. And then an issue that goes with that is there's actually a homeowner that's installed a sprinkler system on part of that land. So we just want to see what restrictions we have and what we need to do about some of these things. Another thing is it possible to get a curb cut to get vehicle access in there for mowers and various other trucks, contractors that can take care of trees, that kind of thing. If it's city land, that's a city thing. If it's Greenshire Homeowner Association, then it's a GHOA that'll look to do that. But just trying to work with the city, trying to figure out what the restrictions are on all of those things. So, thank you for your time.
That's a good laundry list you have. We're not prepared to answer those things. I think we as a commission would need to study up on the PDD and the covenants of the HOA, and I don't think we're going to do that. I'm not going to volunteer the city, but would somebody, which department? The planning department with Sam over here can probably get with you if you want to arrange something and get your answers there. Thank you. Okay, that was item number 3. We're moving on to item number 4, the consent agenda. Any of the commissioners have reason to pull any of these items A, B, or C off the consent agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Ms. Brown and a second from Mr. Ray. Any further discussions, questions, comments? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote.
Yay.
Aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous vote, the motion's approved. Item number 5, PLPP 20230074. Consider and act upon a request for approval of a preliminary plat of the Saddlebrook Ranch Unit 6 subdivision, approximately 22 acres of land generally located approximately 2,000 feet to the northeast of the Lower Seguin Road and St. Vincent Way intersection. Parcel ID 1367371, City of Schertz, Bexar County, Texas. Dan.
Evening, Commissioners. PLPP 2023-0074, Saddlebrook Unit 6 preliminary plat, Samuel Haas, Senior Planner. Okay, so this, just to get our bearings here, we have the subject property outlined in green. Directly to the west, we have the Rhine Valley subdivision. Lower Seguin is down here to the south. Just to the kind of the northwest is Ray Corbett Drive, the terminus of that. And this is the Saddlebrook Ranch Master Development Plan. The property that we are preliminary platting right now is outlined here in red, just so you have a little bit of a reference there. So the proposed preliminary plat is going to be 22 acres. It's under the Saddlebrook Ranch PDD. They are proposing to plat 71 buildable lots. Just for your reference there is the Saddlebrook Ranch single-family residential design standards. The property will have 3 points of access. They're all coming from Mole House Drive, which you can see is kind of shaded off here to the right. The first point of access will be Pine River Drive. There'll be Gallinier Glen, and then there'll also be Blue Bonnet Point. Mole House Drive will also connect to Rhine Valley Unit 5 subdivision in the construction of Unit 4. And then it'll also connect to Unit 2, with the construction of Unit 2, it'll connect to Rhine Valley. So Mole House Drive will also connect to Redbud Canyon, which is kind of this main sort of north-south artery here that you see there. The property will be serviced by the City of Schertz for water and sewer, CCMA for sewer treatment, CPS, Spectrum, and AT&T. The proposed preliminary plat complies with all relevant ordinances and regulations and has been reviewed by the Planning, Engineering, Public Works, and Fire Department with no objections. Staff recommends approval of PLPP 2023-0074 Saddlebrook Ranch Unit 6 subdivision preliminary plat as presented. Any comments or questions?
Commissioners, any questions, comments? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Or I'll call a motion.
I make a motion to approve PLPP 20230074 as written.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Ms. Goldick and a second by Mr. Ray to approve item number 5A. Any further questions, comments, discussions? Hearing none, I'll call the vote.
Aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous, 6-0. Motion passes. Item number 6, request by commissioners to place items on a future planning and zoning agenda. I hear none. Item B, announcements by commissioners.
Staff has one announcement. Did we get to that point of the agenda?
No, we didn't
okay.
get We
Sorry.
didn't get that. Don't mess up my.
Sorry.
Any announcements? None. Now we're moved to number C, letter C, announcements by city staff.
Have you already been introduced? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, last
No
week,
announcements.
last week.
We're good.
All right, great. Let's see. Item number 7A, current projects and city council status update. Anything? We had something in our agenda notes, I think we had. Any further business from the commission? Staff? Item 8, no further business. We are adjourned at 6:18.